There was also something else in this book, this Ian O'Connor book, and it had to do with something that Urban Meyer said when he was at Florida. And he was warning NFL teams they shouldn't take a chance on Aaron Hernandez. This is according to the book. Urban Meyer wanted at least one NFL team not to draft Hernandez. Look, this guy is a hell of a football player, but he bleeping lies to beat the system, and he teaches all of our other guys to beat the system. With the marijuana stuff, we've never caught this guy, but we know he's doing it. Don't bleep and touch that guy. Urban Meyer coached Hernandez while he played at the University of Florida from 07 to 09. As we all know, the Patriots took Hernandez in the 4th round of the draft and put up great numbers there. While at Florida, Urban Meyer allegedly often covered up for Hernandez's violations. Reports surfaced showing he had failed multiple drug tests and should have faced multiple suspensions per school regulations. Instead, he didn't miss a snap. This doesn't make Urban Meyer look good. In the timing of this has nothing to do with what's going on at Ohio State. This is actually in the book. But here's Urban Meyer, who covered up for Aaron Hernandez because Aaron Hernandez was a very good football player. And then once he had used him up, he wanted to let Bill Belichick know, do not take this guy. And that's why he fell in the 4th round. He's a first-round talent. He fell in the 4th round because there were numerous red flags. And we saw what happened, obviously, with his career. But Urban saying, hey, you know what? Don't draft this guy. And the fact that he's beaten all these drug tests and then teaching all of his players how to beat the drug test, and he did fail drug test, and you still allowed him to play football. So this doesn't put Urban Meyer in a good light. And plus, I'm curious about this from a legal standpoint, McLovin. What if Aaron Hernandez turned out to be a good football player, a good citizen, and kind of corrected himself and became a good person? Can you sue your coach for slander if it hurts your draft? Because this happens. The fact that this is public, became public, that I don't know how that works, but it does work. This happens all the time where coaches will say, man, he's not a good. I had somebody tell me about a player. This is 2 years or 3 years ago, about how they should never draft this kid because he doesn't have the mental capacity to be a professional athlete and handle money. And it turned out to be true, but I'm thinking, he's telling me this, I'm thinking, wow, could that come back and haunt you where you say, you know what, you're hurting my draft stock by saying this? Yeah, McLevin.
Now, do you mean saying publicly or saying?
No, privately, but if it came out where, you're curious or you start to hear and somebody says, we got him in the 4th round, but, the reason why is we were told not to take him. Oh, who told you that? Yeah, Urban told us not to take him. Yeah, McLeod.
Do you remember when the LSU strength coach put out a sign outside the weight room saying, NFL teams, be advised, these guys don't work out hard? I just pulled up the list. There's so many pros on here. Lael Collins, Spencer Ware, Anthony Johnson, Dwayne Thomas, Tharold Simon, Quan Alexander, Sam Montgomery. So that would be huge. I don't think you could be sued for libel for that. I think, I don't know why, but I feel like you're kind of allowed to do it.
Is it defamation of character, though?
I don't know.
Does it have to be public for you to go after somebody? Because if I'm Aaron Hernandez or I was Aaron Hernandez, I'm curious if my coach spoke on my behalf because I went in the 4th round. Because how much of this was public information with Aaron Hernandez? We found out all this stuff after the fact, but
you hear this stuff behind the scenes all the time.
Yes, you do.
Every year you hear it from some, even you not in the league hear it.
Yeah.
So it's going, you couldn't possibly sue all the people who rip their players.
I was just curious about it. It dawned on me when I heard Urban Meyer say this. Hey, I've used him. We've won a couple of national titles, and now he's somebody else's headache, but I wouldn't draft him. But then Belichick drafts him. And Urban Meyer and Belichick being friends, that's what I found surprising here. That Belichick probably saying, hey, I don't care what kind of person he is. If he can help me in this new 2 tight end system I want to use that's going to revolutionize the NFL, then I'll take him. I'll take the risk. You didn't know he was killing people.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.